Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 6 Week 4, Day 6. So today we're going to be finishing up the last little bit of a Wyrmrun, which we still have a few things left to do for. One is to get to 500, which we are pretty close to at this point. I believe we're at 4 something. Yeah, we're at 450. That shouldn't take any time at all to really get to 500. And then we're going to try doing Pure Faction. Both Deathless and, you know, the Pure Faction itself. Probably going to try doing both of them together as well. And try doing a Deathless Pure Faction run. And should be able to be good to go. It is a pretty easy faction overall. Not the easiest out there, but towards the easier side. Mostly because it has an armor attack gain. So that definitely makes it quite a bit more doable. Still have all these, none of them really worth it. Did we have anything on our first? No, I don't think we had anything on an adventure board yet either today. A little bit of deeds, actually that's not too bad. Though they feel so bad compared to Imperial. Like 4 deeds, they're still good. But compared to an Imperial, I'd rather have like 1 Imperial than an entire deed book. Oh, maybe that's not true. But compared to like 10 color deeds compared to 1 Imperial, I'd probably want the 1 Imperial. Just because of how many of them are needed in the current state of the game. They really need to do something about it as far as balancing them out. But anyways, guys, hello everyone. Hope all you've been having a wonderful weekend so far. Hello NASA, hello Bill, hello Tyrion, hello Barbara, hello Imperial, hello, where to go? Hello Cookie, hello HD Addict, hello Michael, hello Logic Slayer, hello Andreas, hello Isabel, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so where should we start? Let's go with, let's just start trying to delve a little bit deeper. We actually have the setup for it because, yeah, we are just going to run with seasons. So that is perfectly fine. Oh, yeah, is the word event done? Let me go claim the orb if so. Ooh, shiny. Good job, Guild. Thank you for finishing it out. No, it's only a major orange, though. Let's hopefully get better luck on the other one. Because don't we still have a major orb to claim for the other one? So we already have all the copies of it, just making sure. But, let me go double check. Oh, no, we already claimed it. Actually, it doesn't even end in a major orb. I forgot. You actually do not get any major orbs from a new faction. You get 4 small orbs, but not a single one's a major one. You do get 2 Volkeys, though. So those Volkeys could, of course, have a major orb in them. But you don't directly actually get any major orbs, oddly enough. It's one of the few leaderboards that don't, that are like that. Because even Bounty does it. Well, Bounty gives you 2. Maybe that's why Bounty makes up for it. But anyways, we're just doing Rush Method right now to go through there. Still using the insta-kill team to get through. So we'll do that, break through, and then we'll go do Pure Faction. So we should be good to go. What do we even take here? Oh, so YouTube added a pretty funny feature earlier. I didn't use it for the beginning of this stream. We might at some point. But basically, you can now upload like a 30-second to 3-minute long video at the beginning of your stream to kind of just like say what the stream is or something like that. Like while people are waiting. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Haven't seen any stream use it yet. And it was a new feature that came out earlier today. I noticed it when I was setting up the preview stream. But, because it wasn't out for last night's stream, so it had to have been within the last day. But it seems like an interesting feature. So basically we could end up doing, like if we know it's going to be on something specific, we could have something like preemptively come up for it. The only problem is I think it only plays specifically for people who are waiting for the stream. So that means anyone who sees it after the fact, it wouldn't be there. I don't know, this seems a little bit weird. We'll maybe try it for Monday stream and see. I'm not sure exactly what we'll put up for it, but we'll have something there. Like 2 minutes saying what we're going to do or whatever, I'm not sure. But let's see how it kind of works out. I don't feel like it's a feature we'll particularly be utilizing much though. That's nice to see YouTube adding more features if nothing else, even if we don't intend to use that specific feature. If nothing else, them fixing polls about a month ago, we've been using that a bunch. Couple times a week normally. Actually, Friday's stream was the most recent one we did it for. We polled if we should craft Zugoff. Surprisingly, the poll ended in no. Or sorry, a second Zugoff I should say, not a first Zugoff. But the poll did end in no. Though we're kind of leaning towards no as well. Though we didn't say we were leaning towards no prior to the poll though. So the poll naturally came to a no. Let's see. Take the mirror early. We will eventually be crafting a second Zugoff though. It's really low priority at the moment though. I'm perfectly happy with 1 Zugoff. There's so few situations where you even get away with it. With Explore 12 being pretty much realistically the only place. Well, why did I do that? I could have just won with a skull. Whoops. Not too big a deal though. Must mow through them all to get to Pure Faction. Let's see, if we're doing 450 then that's 460, 470, 480, 490. So yeah, we just have to do 4 more then. We are pretty much there. then we'll do Pure Faction. Actually, right before we do Pure Faction, we'll find out the code. And then we'll go do Pure Faction. Because I have a feeling Pure Faction won't take that long. This is a pretty easy faction. Unless we really find a way to mess up, which we could. There's a lot of ways that we could die if we're not careful. The main one being if we lose first slot. I'm not necessarily concerned about first battle or last battle necessarily even killing our first slot, though in the final battle wouldn't even matter as much. But I'm concerned about like a skull spammer or something being in middle, and then it dies to that. That or some kind of thing with like a heavy caster, and then the heavy caster happens to target our first slot. It's the only reason why I'm slightly considering going double. Well, we'll go with a single to start off with and see how it goes. Where's Mr.? I'm not sure. He's been around a lot early on in streams. Probably relaxing on Saturday. I got Pure Faction first try. Nice, yeah. I'm pretty sure we'll get a first try. Should even first try Deathless it. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we'll go for this one. It's a Cedric room as well. You would normally actually want to go for this first if you're trying to optimize how much loot you get for the entirety of it. You would have to have something else that ends up doing gold though, which is one of the reasons why I feel like City of Thieves might still end up being overall better loot. Just because using something that can gain gold is a lot more accessible underneath blue-purple than it is underneath red-yellow. That's hello, Ricardo! Hello, Andreas. Welcome, welcome. So we throw that down. Get our Manus. Oh no, he's going to get the annoying reorder. Oh no, he's not. You gotta be careful if you take out Cedric, though. If we're gonna be doing it for level 500, we're actually gonna deliberately avoid the Cedric if it's one of the options for the 6 of them. The main reason why you want to avoid it for Pure Faction is you're not gonna be able to kill it as quickly, and the Cedric's gonna reorder your team, and you of course do not want that, especially if you're only running 1 of the epic. If you're running 2, it's not as big a deal, but it's still kind of. Oh yeah, you have immune to that, don't you? He's so not meta that I kind of forgot. But you do want to be careful of that, though. Because if he ends up getting moved and you only have 1, your tank is no longer in first slot. And even if one of them gets moved to your back, that's still bad, because now one of the things that should have been as your tank is now not as your tank. That's why I didn't take this battle. This one has its 3 immunes. I saw that was a lower one compared to 2 5s, and it's like, oh, it'll be easier. Not with the team we're using, it's not. Because now we have to do Goth 3 times, or really particularly focus our skulls on him, and then kill the other 2. Because now I don't actually want to cast him because we can't devour. I am actually going to do it though, because we can kill him with skulls at this point. And now we just have to regain our mana and we win. Wouldn't that be funny if that hit our Zugoff and killed it? Would that have been enough damage? No. Good. That would have been really bad. It would only hit for 300, which would have done a lot of damage, but not enough to kill it, luckily. A lot, but not enough. At least it's no Gargoyle. Yeah, Gargoyle is so annoying in Hall of Guardians. You gotta be really careful. This faction actually kind of reminds me a bit of Hall of Guardians. But the main difference is it doesn't have the ultra annoying Gargoyle. The other difference is that it only has score reduction. It doesn't have spell reduction. But still, that kind of like whole reduction spam that the area has kind of reminds me of it. Because every single thing here has reduction. And every single thing in Hall of Guardians has reduction. The main difference with Hall of Guardians, though, is 2. One is it has both score reduction and spell reduction, so it has reduction against everything, which is annoying. But the other one is Gargoyle. Gargoyle is very annoying to deal with on the final battle. Not so much on the first battle, it's kind of a pushover because of the lower stats. But on the final battle, it will absolutely decimate you. It's one of the hardest pure factions in the game. It's also one of only 2 I bothered doing without potions. We did one really easy one, which was Crypt, and one really hard one, which was Hall of Guardians. Every other one we just did potions for. Because it's just more convenient throwing gems at it. Though every faction is theoretically doable without potions. But some are more annoying than others. Some are a lot more annoying than others, like Hall of Guardians. Only reason we even did it is I want to have at least one hard faction done without potions. And that was our one hard faction. Never again. Though, as the game keeps progressing and more stats comes into the game, it will increasingly become easier to technically do them without potions. It's just realistically, if you're doing the event anyways while it's already, during the event for the 3-day event, you might as well just do pure faction if you have the capability of doing so. Because if you're already buying up to like level 300 or something, going a little bit further just to have it done is kind of convenient. Especially if you're still finishing out other factions. Because of course you only get 3 daily factions per day. But when you do it across an entire event and just get it done, well then that's, what, 18 days worth of factions that you don't need to do for 17, whatever that comes out to. 16? Yeah, 16. 16 times 3 is 48, which would get it done because you start at 20. Yeah, it takes 18 days then, assuming you don't lose a single time to get all the way through. Possibly 1 additional day because you actually have to, you know, do the pure faction. And of course, pure faction without potions, definitely not going to necessarily get it first try unless it's one of the really easy locations. Because I know Hall of Guardians, I think it took us like a week or 2 of attempts, somewhere around there. I know it definitely wasn't first try, that's for sure. Hello, Canuck. Welcome. Got your first faction to 50 today without potions. Nice. Yeah, Lithia. Lithia is one of those easier pure factions. Honestly, it might arguably the absolute easiest. Mostly because of the magic steal. Because if you can over magic steal the enemy on first and final battle before they can do anything, you kind of just auto-win. The final boss of Alethea is pretty much the room in between before you actually enter the final room. Because that can end up having some kind of mechanic that you might not be able to magic reduce as effectively. Because the first and final battle, magic reduction on it is so absurdly strong. And everything has the option for it. And if the legend ends up converting to magic, it's pretty much an auto-win. Because then you just scale like crazy beyond the enemy. And then all their magic becomes 0, while yours becomes like into the hundreds. And then you just win. Yeah, definitely one of the easier ones to go for. Not sure if it's the absolute easiest though, but it's definitely high up there. It's like the easiest 3 for sure, or within that range. The Beatrix loop location is pretty funny too though, where you can just run like 4 Beatrix. I don't feel like that one's as consistent. But when you get a good run going, it just goes insane. Because you deliberately wait till you have like 3 of the Beatrix is up. And you just keep casting them pretty much indefinitely. Unless it gets really unlucky. And same as the Truffle one, though Truffle did get nerfed since then. So the nerf, while it makes it harder, doesn't make it impossible. Skull does not kill, but I'm still going for it because there's another skull to go with that skull. So we could skull the skull. Yeah, we almost have all the factions now. Only 2 more to go, unless they start adding more. The only 2 that do not have a faction currently are Blackhawk and gosh, what's the other one? Blackhawk and Broken Spire. Not sure why I forgot that for a second. But yeah, Blackhawk and Broken Spire are the only 2 that do not currently have a faction. Because of course, Dragon's Claw just got it today, or yesterday, I should say. We're almost there. What are we at right now? 480? So we just have to go through 1 more, and then we can bring out the pure faction, because we're never going to try doing Deathless. We're just going to go straight to pure faction. And just hope that it gets it done simultaneously. Assuming our first slot doesn't die, then it probably would happen. Unless you're just going to randomly snipe one of the back dragons. Oh, you have immune, don't you? Wait, did I just kill the... Did I just Wow, that was bad. I used my instant kill on the only thing that does not have immune to devour. On this team. This is that other really annoying one for this team to deal with without having a curse option. And I just I just insta-killed the only thing we could have actually devoured. Which would have made this battle a lot more convenient. We could actually lose our, we gotta be careful. 1 more skull and he's actually dead. I can't help him either. We just have to mana generate and hope it doesn't happen. No! Okay, well that's not too big a deal. We can still win the final battle with just Zugov. So that does make it slightly more annoying. Oh wait, there's actually 2 battles left. I'll take this one. Mimic better not devour us. This might actually be more annoying. There's a 1 in 6 chance he gets Devour. Though it's impossible for him to devour Zugov, so maybe he'll get it, but trigger on Zugov. One can hope. Yeah, no Iron Gut for this battle, though. I'm pretty sure it's not going to matter much. Just use Mana Generate for it. Get it rolling again. Somehow not full mana. Gigantic Cascade. Get it back one more time. Should probably take that 1 brown extra turn off the board before he did, though. That's a big deal, though, as long as he doesn't take a billion skulls. And he's dead. Luckily, Freeze was there. If he was not frozen, if he had immune, our first slot would have died again. Alright, final battle. Should be able to take it out with just Zugov. Yeah, dying prior to 500 doesn't matter too much. It might slow you down, but as far as points are concerned, as long as the very last one is Deathless, doesn't matter if anything prior was Deathless or not. As long as the very last one was. I'm just gonna go for Marilith here, as weird as it may seem. Killed out all the way just in case he doesn't do anything. Or just so he doesn't do anything, because he has that weird mana accumulation on his ability. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter if Marilith dies here, does it? I forgot. On a battle prior, we wouldn't want that to happen. But on this particular battle, it doesn't matter. Oh, also, we do a backup summon off of Harpy Mage. One of the nice things about having Harpy Mage in this team. It hasn't been something we need, but it does have insta-kill. I'm not sure if we rolled it or not because it died to the base damage. Because our base damage is so high. But you can actually solo a whole faction with that. It's one way you can do Stone Song Area as well. Is just spam that thing until you win. Alright, one last floor until we go do Pure Faction. It's almost time. We'll end the code as soon as we finish out this floor. Then we'll give Pure Faction a go. And by a go, I mean a singular go, because we should be able to get it first try. This is one of those that should be towards the easier side, but we'll find out when it happens. You're running with Scourge of Honor instead of Zugov. You can. It runs actually kind of like an alternative Phoenicia, in a way. It's probably the closest thing to Phoenicia that isn't Phoenicia. Just because of how it does its damage. It's also really good at casting if you need multiple casts. Since it gets quite a bit of its mana back per cast. Assuming they still have quite a bit of team left. What power level should you be trying to get all your kingdoms to? Oh, excuse me. 100. You generally want to get them all to power level 4. Then 5. Couldn't swallow for a second there. Even though I was drinking water. But anyways, you want to get them all to 4, then 5. 4 gets you the max amount of tribute, 5 gets you a bunch of stats. From there, you want to prioritize, yes, getting them specifically to level 10. But you want to make sure all kingdoms are definitely level 5 way before you try for level 10s. And you normally want to get quite a few to level 4 so that you can start getting more value off of tribute. They can also just start bringing them straight to 5. The main issue with 5, though, is it requires owning a legend. And way earlier on in the game, that could be an issue for some locations. So you keep in mind, now that almost every single kingdom has a faction, you can simply just go get the legend from the factions. The only 2 that you can't do that for is Blackhawk and Broken Spire. So level 5s are starting to become pretty easy then, because once every single one has a faction, every single one will be targetable in a pretty timely manner. So 5-star won't really be an issue too much in the near future. And pretty much already isn't for most kingdoms. Because the faction legend is way easier to obtain in a normal legend, but still counts for a kingdom legend for getting 5 stars. Why did I do that? We already knew earlier that he is immune. And I did it again. It's the only problem with off-meta troops. I completely forget their immunity sometimes because you barely ever see them. Like outside of this game mode, we're pretty much never going to see a Exynos. You were able to do Pure Faction with 2-2? Nice. Yeah, we're going to do our first temp with 1-3. It's a lot safer to go 2-2, but we're going to go 1-3. I think we could push it, because we're trying for Deathless. So because we're trying for Deathless, we'd have a better chance at Deathless by going 1-3. It's because we have more ways to pressure damage up front. do we want here? We'll get our Devour over there. Get our insta-kill. Get our other Devourer. And kill him out. And there we go. Okay, let's go bring out the Pure faction. Before I do, two things. Let me go get you guys the code, and let me go get a new water. Because I'm like so ridiculously thirsty all of a sudden. Maybe it's the intensity of knowing Pure faction is around the corner. But anyways, let me go get you guys the code. And then I'll be back in like 1 minute to go grab a water, and then we'll go do Pure faction. And hopefully Deathless simultaneously. But let me go get you guys the code. Let's see, we'll cut this, save it so we know we used one. Put it over in the good old code section, which, there it is. Lost track of it for a moment there. Grab all that mess. Get it over to you guys. And here you guys go. There's redeem code. Use on gemsawar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there is where you put in for your invite code. Redeem code can be found right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers on there, starting with SR. And it gives the same order as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Unusable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to like on the stream. Helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. I'll be back in 1 minute. Gonna go get a fresh water. And when we come back, we will go do Pure faction as well as hopefully Deathless simultaneously with the Pure faction team. But I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. It is Pure faction time. Or is our seat going to play for us like earlier this morning? Hey, our seat got first place. Earlier. It was funny. It took forever to get one of the rounds done. But anyways. Okay, let's go get to it. Pure faction time. It would help if I actually go put it on copy paste. Let's see, grab this. Oh, was it already? It shouldn't have been. I didn't see the thingy make the thing. Because normally it makes like a little notification like, oh yeah, put it into your paste. As long as it pastes it there, that's what matters. There it is. Okay, let's go do it. I believe on the Deathless 500. Should be able to. I don't see why not. We even upgraded the little guy, not like it makes much of a difference. I think he gets like 12 extra durability or something. 14, 16, somewhere around there. Between HP and armor. It's not a lot, but makes a small difference. Makes such a little difference with how much stats that already is. He's getting about 100 to attack and armor every time he casts. Also gets the Explode 3, has skull reduction. Stacks with the other 25%. So that gives him a total of about like 60 something. It doesn't stack fully, which is why. It's a 50% and then it's a 25% of that 50%. So it's not actually getting the full value of the 25%. And this guy just spams his ability for about 100 damage or so. Alright, that's the game plan then. Let's go do it. So we're going to need to figure out how many casts we need to kill. 5 will do it. The reason why this is relevant is we want to get mana onto those first. So what we actually want to do is do this. Cast, and then get the other manas up. I'm going to do this. Do this. And now I want to get the mana of those two up. And then we win. Because we know we needed 5 casts, and that will be 5 casts. One mana, please. Here, 1 mana, go. Give me that 1 mana, and now we know we won. There we go. Math. Okay, now we need to figure out what we want. 20% agile seems very enticing. Water Spirit seems very not enticing. And Arcane. I think we know what our choice is here. A free Agile, as if he didn't already have enough tankiness. Let's give him Agile on top of it. Yep, no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. going to start with the explosion this time. He does block my yellow, though. We can always just fill it back up. We can also take skulls if we want. We haven't really been. Mostly just kind of delaying them. But we do have the capability to do so. Don't do that yet. Yeah, we do it. Oh, he's already dead. Nice. Okay, let's just start casting them so we can start getting their mana back up. I didn't check how many casts we need, though. We need... Oh, another 3 might not even be enough. I might just want to start going down the skull route, then. And just do that to bring them into skull poke range, and now all of them die in one shot. Like that. And now we just have to take 2 more skulls. Problem, though, we can't take 2 more skulls. No! He wasn't smart enough to take the brown potion, but he was smart enough to deny us from taking the brown potion. That's kind of funny. He didn't actually take the brown potion even though he could have, but he did a move that stopped us from being able to do so. Go figure. So he effectively took it without taking it. Technically. Okay, this is a bit of a weird match at the moment. I don't really have a way to kill him, though he also has no way of killing us. I still need 3 casts if I want to kill, and even that might not be enough damage. Because the boost ratio on him is pitiful. You might as well just not even have a boost ratio, it's so bad. It is about that bad. I would normally want to get the other one's mana up, but I wanted to bait him into the move. He didn't actually go for it, though. But he gave us skull there, so it's fine. Well, more so, the sky gave us the skull there. Okay, that gave us agile. We now have 25% score reduction, 20% dodge, and 50% score reduction on him. Gives the enemy frenzy. Grudge for ourselves. Gold. Troops gain regen. I think we want to go to middle for Grudge. I don't think we're going to need it. But of those 3 battles, it's the least annoying while also having a decent perk. We definitely don't want to take the Cedric room, because it's going to be very annoying if it moves our team, which it most likely will. We don't want to have to deal with that. This battle does have a lot of regen, though. I mean, revive. There's nothing we can do about that, though. We have to take this one. Whatever that middle battle is, we do indeed have to take. Okay, why are you targeting the one we need to live? I want to take this brown, but I'm concerned with how much damage he's taken. Even though it looks like he's about to die from it, I believe he does have enough mitigation that he will not die. There's also a chance he will agile. The problem is, what if he does die? No, he didn't. I didn't think he would, which is why I went for it. We also have regen on him. Like we're getting the 3 from the potion every turn. That's still a scary amount of damage, though. We just need to start spamming his ability. Because they are all just targeting him directly. Not sure what's up with their AI, but they do not want to relent. I'm just spamming everything on him. Relentless. Problem now is we don't have any way to take mana for him. We can take a brown, but then he gets Zoom Skull, which kind of undoes the brown we just did. Do I have a double drop here? No, I do not. So I can't really take those browns safely. I think I just pass my turn and just see what he does. Alright, I can take brown now. I'll also just take brown next turn as well. Or not. Oh, what do we want here? Well, we know what colors we want, just he won't give it to us. Can't cast key. Actually, I can. That doesn't do anything bad. We'll take the blue, try for brown off the sky. Didn't get it though. Create a skull over there. It's kind of concerning. You can take purple and make that go down. Because you don't want to give him a skull there, of course. Like that. Nothing on his team does true damage though, does it? That's kind of convenient. One more AoE would kill him out. He's the one who's pressuring him the most out of anything on this team anyways. Oh good, he finally didn't target it for once. It's great for us. I'm tempted to take yellow surge here. I did not get surge, very unfortunate. We're just gonna have to take a red then. Kinda wanna get the other thing's mana up first. Oh, that's a big hit. Oh no, they're gonna target it now and kill him. Oh no, are we not gonna have our tank for the final battle? Because they're gonna target it directly. Oh good, the AI was dumb enough to not go for it. Good job, AI. We're fine. That's why you carry 2 of them. No, we'll be fine with one. I wanted to commit all the way to Deathless on this. They really don't want to stop targeting it, though. Luckily, they don't want to finish him. They just want to bring him down to a dangerously low area. The only problem now is this thing is now in kill range. So now we have a new problem on our hands, where that thing's now going to die. And I don't think we could pressure its damage enough because it got summoned from 13 plus red on the board, which is exceedingly unfortunate. Because I would need another skull like right now to be able to do it. Which is still possible. But it might not be a Deathless. Let's see what we get out of there for value. Nice. A lot of stuff just happened there. Okay. We do that again and hope we get lucky. Good, we got full mana. Not sure if that's enough, though, because a single AoE doesn't kill it. I'd have to take a yellow, cast twice. It should be delayed enough that that should work, though. We have such billion attack, though, if we could just find a skull. Problem is no skulls. So we go for 2 AoEs here. He's going to get the revive on the other thing. We didn't one-shot skull him. And then we're pretty much good to go. I kind of want that guy to be full, too, but we need to start pressuring damage. That's not going to kill him, is it? That's 118 damage. Oh, that will barely kill him. Hey, the boost ratio did something. What a surprise. Now the bigger issue is that thing needs to die, like right now. We can one-shot him. There we go, finally. Alright, we're fine. False alarm. All is fine. I don't have mana for the other guy, though. I guess we explode and just hope we get lucky. Not quite. What's annoying is more so his summon at this point. But we just won as long as he doesn't do anything weird here. Right? So he'll just do a thing and then we kill him. Here, have it. 1,005 damage. That battle went so long, he hit 1,000 attack. No deaths. Let's keep it that way. That was way sketchier than it needed to be, though. Okay, let's take out this dwarf one. The only threat is his last slot. The only problem is we have no way to target his last slot directly, which means it'll be the last thing that survives. So that's kind of concerning. But this one we don't want to do because it has revive like crazy. This one we don't want to do because Cedric. And we get grudge for doing this one, so we're definitely going to do this one then. But yeah, they really wanted to target him down. Yeah, doesn't Feldris have boost ratio based on enemy magic or ally magic? Whatever it is, it has enough boost ratio that hits really hard. It normally wouldn't, but when the stats are this high, it hits pretty hard. Because how much extra damage it has for the higher stats. In most situations, you wouldn't ever bother using Feldris. But her boost ratio is not bad when stats start getting this high. Which makes her from like a useless troop to something that is slightly intimidating. Because she has like a 2-to-1 boost ratio or 1-to-3 or something like that. 1-to-2, 1-to-3, something like that for either ally magic or enemy magic. I can't remember. But regardless, even if it's 1-to-3, that's still a lot in this game mode. Just because of how high magic values are. Because they have like 80s, we have 100s. Oh, what do we even want here? We need to spam AoE as much as we possibly can. The biggest concern here is the last slot. Because if it gets to the point where it could start doing triple to us, which probably won't, because then again, we're going to get it zeroed out. So that might not be as big an issue. But if it did hit triple, that will two-shot us with triple. But it's still a ways from doing that, so I guess it's not too big of a threat yet. This might actually be a pretty easy battle, because the only real threat is the last slot, and we've damaged it enough that it can't really do anything with its last slot. Which is, of course, very beneficial to us. Let's need that Dwarven Gate to die just so it doesn't barrier spam. We don't want that happening either. I might even go out of my way to just kill it that way. Because the potions happen after the fact. So it's safe to go for it now without having to worry about it. Kind of want to try for Blue Off the Sky, but simply a skull to kill also seems pretty tempting. So I'm just going to keep delaying and just keep one-shotting them at this point. Every skull kills. So if we get to cycle the board until we get a skull, we just win. And he might be helping us with that. Thank you for that. Not a free skull, but we can take a skull there. As well as there. Yeah, there's no free skull here. Sure could try setting it up, but we're not going to get it. We'll just take that over. Oh, now we got a free skull. And he's dead. Easy. Okay. Let's do this. Deathless Pure Faction run. Do we want to claim anything else for the stats before we go in? I don't think so. Sometimes there's some other ones that might be worth actually going out of our way for. Some treasure rooms are pretty good, like Death Touch, where you can death mark every skull. If the final battle doesn't have any immune to it, you can get so much value from it, especially if your units are tanky like this Terror Worm. But nope, we don't have any of that. So yeah, let's go for it. So the extra bonuses we have are 20% extra dodge, which is insanely good, as well as Grudge, which I believe is 1 attack whenever you get hit. No, it's 1 attack when an enemy casts a spell. Okay, they're not going to be casting much, but over the course of the battle, that could be like 10 or 20 extra attack. On top of his 1,000 attack that's already capped. All future enemies gain Frenzy. So they have Frenzy too. So when I hit them, they will gain attack. But when they cast, we will gain attack. And in both instances, only 1. And this gives them some extra armor, which is basically nothing. Okay, well, let's go into it. Let's see what happens. We brought them this far. Okay, right off the bat. Also, we have not triggered potion glitch a single time while trying to run Pure Faction. I got pretty lucky with that. So taking skulls before we've casted is pretty bad value because he has 50% reduction. So we're going to cast that immediately. Only problem with casting now is we don't really have anything we want to delay, and we don't have full mana for next turn. Ideally, I'd want to take a yellow or brown now. Oh, I actually can take a brown. Never mind. He doesn't even get a skull out of it. Perfect. Okay, do we want to take a skull now? I feel like we still want to wait. Wait, what's this build again? I don't think it's anything useful. Ooh, it does drain mana, though, but they still have Bless, so it doesn't actually matter. So I'm going to do this because he might drain his mana. Oh, no! Oh, good. Never mind, we get to take it. Perfect. I think we might just go for another skull and just start pressuring. We gained a lot of attack. He's going to gain a lot of armor, though, when he does this thing. Actually, not that much. 129, we're almost gaining more than him. Forgot their magic doesn't scale as well as their other stats. Like, even though their attack and other HP and armor is higher than us, their magic is barely higher than us. At least relative to the other ones, it's nowhere near as high. Oh, we actually got double skull there. That's pretty huge. Would have been fine without it, but that got rid of their tank very quickly. Yeah, that's just some damage. Most of them still have barrier too. I kind of almost want to not cast these. The main reason for that is they both have Bless. So if he tries mana draining them, it's not going to do anything. So I kind of want to kill him. And then once he's dead, we'll go and worry about casting them. But until he's dead, I don't want them to get mana drained. While they have Bless, they can't be mana drained. Just to preserve their mana at full. Because assuming it just targets randomly, there's a 50% chance he will hit something that will do nothing. All we need now, honestly, I might just start casting the abilities now because we already know he's dead. And now all we have to do is just take 2 skulls and we won. Deathless Pure Faction for this place. Though that was a really sketchy middle battle. Honestly, that middle battle was more of the final boss of this place than the final area was. Like that middle one with Feldross and all the ogres, or orcs, I mean. It was more of a final battle than this final battle. There are a couple factions that are like that, though. Elhay is another one of those. Where the final battle is actually easier than the battle you take prior to it. Mostly because the faction troops are really good at countering the faction troops. And there we go. That is 500 Deathless. At the same time. Which is why we get so many points there. Oh, let's go claim our pet. There we go. 31 little Komodo dragons. Oh, it's called Elliot. That's funny. Actually has a proper name. And of course, that just gives you extra bonus for the place. Though it doesn't really matter. We just did Pure Faction. That's kind of always that's always funny when that happens. Like, here's 31 copies to help you with the Pure Faction team, as we already just finished. But anyways, you know what we must do next? Actually, one other thing too. I haven't actually raised Dragon's Claws power level because of this. So I think next we're going to go do the challenges since I still haven't done this yet. I should just go do that for like every kingdom soon. Because it keeps popping up because they all need it for 21 star. But yeah, let's go do that. But before we do it, let's go upgrade this pet. Because we might be needing it for the next tier thingy. Look for upgradable. Let's go immediately max it because we can. Also, I might as well equip it as well. Get rid of the balloons already after a few days. Let's see, how do you equip? Equip. Sorry, balloons, you're being replaced. Also, let's go change our appearance to match them as well. Actually, none of them really match that. We'll just go with dragon. Actually, let's go. Yeah, we'll go with dragon. We'll go with dragon. Obviously, we want to change the other appearance to that. And do we have a green that would match it? I don't think we do. That's too weird of a green. That's closer, but not quite. Wait, what if we did like an off-red thingy? That would kind of match this thing. Actually, that almost looks like it does. It's a little too pink, though. Let's see. It's too red compared to his, though it does kind of match his back ones a bit more. We'll roll with that. See what the green one looks like in the face. Still not the same green, though. It's like the closest we're going to get with how limited we have for choices, though. We'll roll with it. Close enough. Not the closest we're going to get. Anyways, yeah, let's go run through these challenges real quick. Also, before we do, I should probably go claim these before I forget to go and get them. Already have Phoenicia as well. Naga equals dragon. Close enough. They look similar. But yeah, that pure faction was pretty easy. That middle battle was intense, though. That middle battle was really intense. That's how normally the final battle of pure faction felt. But the third battle was the true final boss of that faction. Because everything from there was just a cakewalk at that point. The second to last was just gaining another buff for the final battle, and then the final battle kind of just melted to everything. We're pretty lucky to pick up an agile there, though. But I don't really feel like we used it much, even though it's still useful. What can you use if you don't have a Zugoff for the higher levels? Iron Gut can kill it all. Tesla can kill it all. Those are probably your main two. Iron Gut or Tesla. Not both, but either or. Though theoretically they would work together. But generally you want to build a build around either or. Because when Iron Gut devours, he technically preserves the armor of the enemy you killed. Essentially keeping the full boost ratio of the thing you killed. So you can get a kill without actually reducing the total amount of damage Tesla's doing. Which is an interesting interaction they have together. I don't think I've ever bothered using them together. Mostly because later in the game you just go synergize it with Zugoff, ideally. And earlier in the game you'd probably just double up on Tesla instead. Oh yeah, triple finesse. I forgot, we do have access to yellow. I didn't mention it as one to team, so I do mention it on occasion. But whenever you have access to yellow, you can just run triple finesse into Nimbus Bow. Or triple finesse into any weapon with 18 or less mana cost. I just realized I'm not set to magic, am I? Now I am. Alright, let's go clear out dungeons. And then we'll go clear out the battles to go get our stars for Dragon's Claw. I'm actually not sure how high it can go. It's at least 21, we know that. I'm not sure if it goes to 22 or 23. I didn't check to see what his stars were when it first started. I'm pretty sure it goes to 21, but it might go higher. It's definitely at minimum going to 21, that's for sure. Because we already know that there's enough to make it go that high. Oh yeah, one other thing that we just got from doing that pure faction. I was slightly distracted by the pet, so I kind of overlooked it. We gained a permanent +1 HP from that. Because we had to hit 8,000, or sorry, 80,000. 80,000 renown ended up giving us a +1 HP. So that means over the course of 2 days, we've gotten 1 permanent HP and 2 permanent armor. 1 HP was from 80,000 renown. 1 armor was from 20-star Dragon's Claw. And 1 armor was from 20-star Glacial Peaks. Because, of course, we did get a new mythic. It might be hard to tell because it's so bad. But we did indeed get a mythic yesterday. That was something that happened. Even though it didn't seem like it did. Oh, we got an orb from the pet, too. Anything good? Oh, boo. Unfortunate. It's had so much promise as a pet. And it has failed us immediately. Is the 15 gems or 15 gems? Anyways, what we're doing? We're doing that. Finish that. We finished that. We finished that. Okay, next order of business. Let's go clear out all this. Not that. Oh, actually, I can go there that way too. That works. And I might as well keep using the same team. Gets the job done. Oh, I don't have the banner set to that, do I? I normally don't set it to red. The main reason for that is you want to keep as many reds on the board for boost ratio. So there's an argument to be made that you could do it for the full mana on that too. But the big issue with it is Red Storm, because of Red Storm. But the problem with Red Storm is it does not actually affect starting board, having the Red Storm at start a battle. It affects the board after you start clearing it, like the second we use Leprechaun. But the starting board is not influenced by us having Red Storm, because the starting board's already determined before Red Storm even triggers. because there's the board, and then there's our trait. So it takes a little while until after the fact. Because the board is generated before your storm takes effect. Otherwise it would. But there's no start storm at start of battle that triggers prior to board being configured. That'd be interesting if we ever did eventually get an option like that. I don't think we ever will, though. Because I'm pretty sure there'll be some kind of exploit you could do around it. If that ever became the case. Main one being you could populate the board with whatever the color that is. Or whatever effect it is. Imagine that for like a Uber Doomstorm. There actually is an Uber Doomstorm coming next Mythic, though. It seems actually kind of interesting. Also because it's like the first option we have that could really use Uber Doom Skulls. But it actually doesn't seem that bad. It seems like Lord of Slaughter. Just a little bit different. For a slightly lower mana cost, oddly enough. But it creates less gems, so has that drawback. So you can't just use it willy-nilly when there's no alignment, because the chance it will regain alignment off of only 3 spawn is very unlikely. Also, it spawns in a way that can overwrite skulls too. I think it like spawns yellows and then converts the yellows to Uber Doom skulls. And the problem with that is the yellows could overwrite skulls. That's a problem with a lot of those converters. Even Lord of Slaughter does that too. Because he does it for what? Red? Green? I can't remember off the top of my head. No, brown. He does it for brown. But when he does his browns, those browns can overwrite skulls. Because his order of operation is he'll do the brown creation, then he'll convert the browns into skulls, or doom skulls. But the problem with that is those browns that he spawns prior to them being converted into doom skulls can overwrite already existing skulls. When you create other skulls, like if you're creating Uber Doom skulls onto the board directly, or if you were to create normal Doom skulls, or just, even skulls in general, they shouldn't end up overwriting normal skulls, or any skulls for that matter. However, when you're converting into a color, but creating some of that color beforehand, like how Lord of Slaughter does and a few other options, those colors that it creates can overwrite skulls before it gets converted. Which is a little unfortunate, because it basically gives that spawn a little bit less value, compared to if it was the skull itself and then converting that color. And even then it could still overwrite it. Because in that case, even if it did, let's say, do 6 Doom Skulls and then convert all browns to Doom Skulls, those Doom Skulls could still overwrite the browns. So either way, it's going to have a conflict. Either way is a conflict with it. Follow-up question to last night's stream. Did you get a chance to listen to... Oh no, I forgot about it. You even reminded me of the previous stream and I completely forgot about it. We definitely will need to for Sunday night. Yeah, you even reminded me when we did the Fall Guys stream earlier. And I completely forgot in that like 2 hours of downtime. Mostly because the first thing I did was eat, and then after I ate, it just slipped in my mind. Let's see what they had down. Yeah, we only have 2 more sets to go through. Not 2 more battles, but it's like 20 more battles, I think. We have to finish this set, then another set, then another set. So that should be about 20 more battles. I believe it's 8 per thing. We have 3 here. There's like 19 then. They die pretty much instantly. If they don't, we got black mana goals for backup. What's the best red gem generating weapon? Flamer. It creates 10. If you don't have it, or Skia Crown, it creates 9. I know, he revived. Luckily it's bled though. And now it's dead. Oh, we even got Devour, nice. Oh, I don't think we needed that much damage, but super overkill. Take it. Will the Dragon Soul revive? Oh, they both will, gosh. Not only did the Dragon Soul revive for the baby dragon, but we also got the Dragonette off a 25% chance. And because it starts with full mana, he also got to just cast it. And now he's back at full durability. We have to kill them all again. Do I have alignment here? I wish I did. She'd be dead. I'm just casting it. Oh good, we do have a skull there too. There's also a 25% chance that could have been a baby dragon. And then that baby dragon would have probably became a dragon soul again, and then we would have recycled the whole cycle again. Hey, a gnome. That's not a vault event. What are you doing here? Come back in 3 weeks. Then it will be a vault event. Also, next weekend's event's going to be horrifically bad. It's Arena. It's back. But yeah, of course you can still get gnomes when it's not a vault event. Chance is lower, but they still occur. For a second I thought I'd get a gem key from him. I was like, wait, that's not something that's possible. But no, the gem key was from... Oh wow, it's vault... Oh, never mind. It's apparently a gnome event now. Yay. Double gnome. Do you want to drop us a gem key? No. That would have been funny seeing a gem key next to a gem key like that. He dropped one of his worst drops, 100 souls. Come on, third gnome, go. Aw, no more gnomes. The vault event ended. The little mini vault events. They always like to cluster for whatever reason. Oh, wow. It is a vault event all of a sudden. Honestly, wait, is this the first one we've ever found when it's not a vault event? I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is the first Mana Surge gnome I found when it's not a vault event. We must have accidentally triggered the vault event trigger. 3 gnomes in 4 battles. One of them was a verse gnome. 5 gnomes in 4 battles, and one of them was a verse gnome. We have found a cluster. This is some insane luck right now. Oh, we got 5,000 souls from him, which is 50 times better than the other gnome we just had. Okay, I think they ended now. That was insanely lucky. Right, 9 battles ago. This battled in 1 more set. Oh yeah, the Gnomapalooza ended. That was the end of them. Pretty lucky burst out of nowhere though. I'm actually gonna just wait on casting. Because the chance I'll hit Devour is unlikely, and I want to wait just to get the damage on him instead. Only problem now is we need a skull. Alright, final set. And that'll be all we need to go and get the kingdom to the next star level. Nice, he died to bleed. Great to see. A little bit of bleed extra damage goes a long way sometimes. Pretty convenient. What's the best red gem creating weapon, in your opinion? Flameifer. Flameifer and Urskea Crown, but mostly Flameifer. Urskea Crown is generally what you go when you don't have Flameifer. Flameifer creates 10 red for 14 mana cost. Urskea Crown is 9 red for 13. So it's 1 lower mana cost, but it's also 1 less red span. The ability on Flameifer is also better. Urskea Crown's the alternative when you don't have it. Sky Hero can be. The only issue with Sky Hero is you need the boost ratio for it. And there's quite a few boards where you might not necessarily be able to get it. It's good when it works properly. The problem is when there's nowhere to use it, it doesn't really do too much. But yeah, Sky Hero is kind of like Deep Borer, but for Hero, but for red. As long as you hit, I think it's yellow boost ratio's on, right? I can't remember. I think it's yellow. But as long as you hit at least 2 yellows with it or more, it's really good. The problem is when you can only hit 1 or 0. Is when it's kind of pretty underwhelming. But if you can consistently get at least 2 for its boost ratio, it's actually pretty good. It's just that consistency or lack thereof is the main thing holding it back. Because when it works well, it's going to give you a lot of mana. And then there's those situations when it doesn't, and it falls behind like crazy. Compared to almost any other thing that could do it. You devoured the wrong one. I need to devour the baby dragon. Now what are we going to do about it? Wait, is it just not going to cast? It's going to wait for the last possible moment. Just to taunt us. Oh, we have Enrage. It's already dead. There we go. 21 star. It has been done. It has been done. That's always funny seeing it on that screen. I'll screenshot it. Because you normally don't ever get to see it on that screen unless you actively do it when it's happening. Oh yeah, so it was only just for 21 star though. We already have the next one, which is collect 2 mythic troops from Dragon's Claw. Which of course are Elhamagrim and Elhamagrim Light. The light version. The Ishtara. So we have those. And upgrade 5 Dragon's Claw troops to Elite Bronze. And we have Baby Dragon, we have Dragon Egg, we have Dragatar, Egg Thief, and what's the 5th one? Oh yeah, oh that's funny. We actually have that just because we also did the Mythic, the Epic. Because the Epic that we did for the Pure Faction, just to have a little bit more stats for it. It didn't make a difference, but you know, we still wanted it. But that actually was the 5th one. We would have only had 4 earlier. That's kind of funny. It's not needed right now though. There's just no 31st troop for it yet. There we go. We'll claim all these extra rewards from the tiers we just did. And that is that. And now we have ourselves 21 stars to go in the long list of 21 star kingdoms. Yeah, they're all starting to get up there. Soon the lowest starred kingdom will be 20 stars. And it's going to be nice when they start coming in, the last few of them, because we get an extra stat every single time that happens. At this point, there's less that don't have it than do. The only ones that don't have it yet now are Drakzoom, Silverglade. So let's keep track. How many is this? 2 Pride Lands, 3 Merlantis, Blackhawk, Cinemirage, Shentang, Divinian Fields. This number's a bit higher than I thought it would be. Broken Spire, Zolkari, Suncrest, 11. Bright Forest, though it won't be anymore by the end of the season, so that's 12. 12? Did I count 12? It looks like 12. So yeah, less kingdoms are not at level 20 than ones that are 20 plus. If I counted correctly, we only have 12 left. And we know for sure Bright Forest reaches, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the season, it should hit at least 20 stars. So even though there's 12, that would bring it down to 11. And quite a few of the other ones are pretty close. Oh, I might have forgot Drakzoom. Let's just assume we counted it. It's about a dozen. About a dozen of them haven't hit 20 for that extra stat yet. And of course, most recently, we got 2 of them done today. Or not today, but you know, as of this weekend. Dragon's Claw and Glacial Peaks. Glacial Peaks got 20 from the new Mythic. And Dragon's Claw got 20 and 21 from the new faction. Do we have 3 more delves to go? No, 2 more. The only 2 that currently do not have a delve is Broken Spire, which would immediately become 20 stars once it did, as well as Blackhawk, which actually would be 1 star short of 20 stars with a new faction. So hopefully it'll get another troop between then as well, which I'm pretty sure it would. Be it, Broken Spire instantly becomes 20 stars when it gets this faction, though it's likely to be 2 factions from now, not the next one. It's likely to go Blackhawk first and then Broken Spire. But yeah, they're the only 2 without a faction. Which means, gosh, is Cinemirage behind. Though it was the most recent new kingdom add to the game. It is only at power 13 with a faction. With a faction, it is power 13. And both the 2 that don't have a faction have more stars in it. This one is at 15 for Blackhawk, and Broken Spire is at 16. And neither of those 2 have a faction. Is Cinemirage with a faction is at 13. But that's mostly because it's the most recent kingdom add to the game. But even Drakzoom, if you compare it to it, it's at 15, which is 2 higher than Cinemirage. But that's also with a faction too. It already has theirs. Which means it's still behind the 2 that don't have a faction. Because it's tied with one of them that doesn't, and then Broken Spires is higher than it. Even without it. Always nice to see that 20 tribute. It feels so weird. Because I think the average tribute this late in the game is like 21. And it just keeps going higher and higher. Like even right there, we got extra tribute. Oh, it's only tribute reward though. For Dragon's Claw. That's not as interesting. But extra tribute chance ends up increasing the gem chance whenever we end up getting it. So we get more gems every time we take tribute every hour. Broken Spire first kingdom in, last kingdom to get faction, pretty much. But yeah, Broken Spire was the very first kingdom. It's going to be the very last one to get a faction, at least of the main canon ones, or you know what I mean, like the ones that currently exist. It'll be the first one to come in and the last one to get a faction. Is likely how it's going to be going down. But anyways, guys, anyone else have any other questions? Anything else I missed? Anything you want me to go over? Otherwise, we'll be calling it a night. We will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every single night. 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be going and kind of just messing around, going over all the spoilers for the week. You know, all the normal stuff we kind of do on Sundays, preemptively before the fresh week. As far as next week, I believe event-wise, we don't really have too much going on. Don't forget, you can still get the new Mythic, though, up until Friday. So basically until, you know, Friday reset, basically the end of Thursday. So if you're still looking to get that Mythic, you still have a chance to do so next week. Aside from that, I don't think we had any big event happening. I know we have an arena event on the weekend, which is basically no event. So yeah, it should be a little bit of a tamer week, whereas this week, that's the only problem with how the weeks are sometimes divided. Like this weekend, we got like everything. We got the new faction, we got the Mythic, all that. And then next week, it's kind of chill. At least relative to this one. Though I do believe we're getting a new pet next Wednesday. I'm not sure on that. Actually, it might even show you in game, doesn't it? That's not new. Is it? No, I'm pretty sure that already exists. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure that imp already exists. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow's the last day to go get the faction done. So if you haven't already completed it out, or you want to get deep in it, or just want to farm it more, you still have all of tomorrow, as well as the rest of today, to go and get that done. And you still have another 5 days for the Mythic, so still plenty of time on that. And you can use next week's keys to also go and attempt for it. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for always greatly appreciated for watching. And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye.